Thank you, Sia. As always, that was magnificent. Appreciate you always being a part of the Wolf Pack. And as I'm here today with all of you, even though it's virtual, I want to share with all of you that you are, as of today, because your student is graduating, you are all honorary members of the Wolf Pack. And the Wolf Pack is quite significant because you'll note that our mascot is not the wolves. There are other schools that have the mascot as the wolf or the wolves because wolves denote singularity. We are the Wolf Pack because at the Compassion Road Academy we value relationship and community. I do want to share with you, though, that as a member of the Wolf Pack, you need to be indoctrinated into the Wolf Pack with an official Wolf Pack howl. And so as you're watching this, I'm going to give you just a few seconds, but I want you to gather yourself, and we are going to give our best Wolf Pack howl. And this might seem really weird because you're looking at a computer screen right now or a telephone screen right now. But I want you to think about your graduate, and I want you to think about your accomplishments as well as you've pushed your graduate across that finish line. And we're going to practice a huge Wolf Pack howl, okay? And I'll lead it. I'm going to count to 3, and then we're all going to do the howl. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah, ooh! Oh, oh, oh! Did you get it? Okay, I'm not sure if you got it. I don't know if you were with me there, so we're going to try it one more time. Okay, you ready? I'm going to count to 3. Okay, get your biggest Wolf Pack howl going here. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah, ooh! Oh, oh, oh! All right, now that was good. That was fantastic. You know, it's funny. I'm currently, we never stop learning, right? I'm in education. You might think, well, that's because you're in education and you're a principal lady. But a friend of mine, actually, our amazing assistant principal, Ms. Scholl, turned me on to a free set of courses that you can do. And so I'm going to share this with all of you. You can go to Coursera.com. This isn't an advertisement for them necessarily, but this is just to share with you that I am taking a course there called The Science of Well-Being. And it's free, and it's given by a professor from Yale University. And just the other day, when I was listening to some of the videos and going through the lesson for the week, they brought up something that I wanted to share with you because it's really a good reminder of, for me, of how Compassion Road came about. And so Compassion Road, about 8 years ago, was the result of an independent school application that I wrote. In total, maybe about 300 pages when all was said and done. But the entire school model is really built on research into how we learn best. How do we increase our cognitive ability? How do we support ourselves to learn more and to remember more? And one of the big key pieces was around relationships. And when I was listening to this lesson last week, the professor was showing brain scans and talking about how the power of relationship impacts our brain very specifically. And they have been able to measure that our brain actually grows gray matter. Our brain actually increases in its ability to think, to process cognitively when we engage in positive relationships. So it goes a long way just to increase our happiness and our overall well-being, but it also goes a long way in increasing our ability to be able to perform cognitively. And that's a big reason why community and relationship is so important to the fabric of the Compassion Road Academy. And I believe that that is a large reason why we have had so much success. And so right now I'd like to share with you just a few gratitudes. That's another piece. It was interesting because we do gratitudes all the time here at the Compassion Road Academy. We have Gratitude Mondays with our staff when we do our staff meetings. And this was also another piece that was brought up in that Yale University course, is the power of gratitude. And I have so much gratitude in my heart today as I'm sitting here, even in the midst of the craziness that we're in the middle of this pandemic, and all doing the best that we can to get through it all together. I have tremendous gratitude in my heart, and I'd like to share a few special thank yous to a few people, and the first one is to Roy Graham. So Roy has been with the Compassion Road Academy for a really long time now, actually since the very beginning. And he has been a strong supporter to all the work that we do, and has helped us in more ways than I can count. But in particular today, I have special gratitude for him because the reason that we're able to do this virtual graduation ceremony is because Roy Graham is putting it all together. So what you see today is his work of art. And along those lines, I'd also like to thank Miss Gail Cohen. All of our students know Gail very well. She has been hounding them for pictures and meeting with them during the senior meetings, and she's the gal that puts all the little pieces together. She is the yin to my yang, because where I am the visionary, she is the one that pulls all of those details together and makes it happen. So I have special thanks to her, because this virtual graduation ceremony would not be happening without her. And it also would not be happening without Mr. Christensen, Mr. Matt Christensen. So Mr. Christensen, as you all know, is our guidance counselor. He too has been with Compassion Road since the very beginning. And he's been working really hard with all of your students, hounding them, pushing them, nagging them to make sure to get all of their work done so that they have all the requirements accomplished in order to be able to receive their diploma this year. So special thanks to Mr. Christensen as well. I also have special thanks to Mr. Byers and Ms. Halseth. When all of this happened and we got fast notice, hey, you've got to switch everything that you do now from an in-person setting to this remote learning setting, we found, we've got to get, technology. We've got to get technology out. And Mr. Byers and Ms. Halseth were really good about, they came in, they sorted through all the mess of our technology and did an inventory, and then supported us in making sure that all of that technology got distributed to all of our students, and that our students had access not just to the technology, but also to internet via, if it wasn't at home, a home internet, making sure that we had hotspots to them, to students, et cetera, so that they could access the learning and to become engaged in that. So special thanks to them. I also would like to thank my instructional superintendent, Randy Johnson. He's been my boss for many years. He actually sat in on the committee that originally approved the Compassion Road Academy to become a school. That was the second leg of the journey in getting the Compassion Road Academy up and running. Was first the application had to be written, and then it had to be screened by a committee of about 20 people. But more than that, Mr. Johnson has been a wonderful support to me and to all of our efforts here. He really gets it. And he has helped me to grow and to become the leader that I am today. And I have great appreciation for him and always will. I also would like to thank our School Accountability Committee, in particular the members of our nearby community in the Golden Triangle area that have come together since the very beginning of the Compassion Road Academy as well. Miss Patty Capps and also Mary Jane Giordano. They have been such tremendous supports to us in the work that we do. They've helped us with neighborhood food drives, coat drives. They've come in and tutored and given their time to our students, and it's just so wonderful. They are former educators themselves, and so to have their voice and their eye on what we do here at Compassion Road Academy has been really exceptional. So Patty and Mary Jane, I know you're listening. Thank you so very much for all that you have done for us over the years. I'd like to thank our district partners and also the Board of Education. This has been quite a journey with this remote learning experience, everything that we've been going through over the last several months, and now trying to plan as we go into the next year, what is that going to look like? And I feel like I know that everybody in the district is coming together for the right reasons, which is about student success. And so I have great gratitude in my heart for everybody that I'm blessed to work with the district and also with our Board of Education for pushing forward a Kids First agenda. I also, big thanks, of course, to our teachers and to our staff. I always say it, and I believe it with all of my heart, that we have the best staff in all of Denver Public Schools, hands down. And when they got the word, oh, we're going to have to switch, we can't open on Monday for in-school, we've got X amount of time, you've got a week, you've got to, take everything that you've been doing in the in-person brick and mortar room and now switch it to an online format. They just did it. Like, they just stepped up. They helped one another if there were things that they didn't know how to do or understand, or they wanted to do better. They've been collaborating with one another and making it an amazing opportunity for students, and they did it like that. And I have so much gratitude for all of their hard work. And I would also really like to thank my assistant principal, Ms. Scholl. She is my right arm and my left. So like Gail, she is the yin to my yang, and I appreciate her beyond measure. There have been times over the last couple of years because of breast cancer diagnosis that I had to be out with surgeries and treatment and so forth. And Melissa really stepped up and supported our entire school, and not only Melissa, but our leadership team has really stepped up and coordinated efforts in my absence. And I just have huge gratitude for all of you. I love you so much, and I love all of our staff with all of my heart. And lastly, I would really like to thank all of you. So I'm talking about parents and guardians, grandparents, aunts and uncles, great aunts, great uncles, cousins, sisters, brothers, and close friends, because you have been that air beneath the wings of your students, or you've been the foot in their patootie when they needed to get out of bed to catch that bus to get to school in the morning. You have been the comforting shoulder. You have been the arms around your sons and daughters when they needed that hug. You have been that encouraging word in their ear. And so I hope that you take just a moment to soak that in and to appreciate yourselves for all of the hard work that you have done. And so once again, now that you are practiced with the Wolfpack howl, we need to make sure that we get in one more good howl, and that is a big howl of appreciation and gratitude for all of those that have been a part of this event, for our students especially, who have worked so hard, who have worked tirelessly for years to get over this finish line. And so we're going to practice the howl again. I'm going to count to 3 and we're going to practice. But what I hope is that tonight at 8 p.m. when you go out to howl for the first responders and those essential workers that are helping us get through this scary time of this pandemic, that you also give a special howl for your graduate, because they have worked so hard, and they deserve that big howl times infinity and beyond. So let's practice one more time. Ready? I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah, woo! Oh, 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 oh! Thank you so much. Welcome to the first annual, hopefully the last annual, virtual graduation of the Compassion Road Academy.